It's amazing to think how many students have shared these hallways, these lockers, and these classrooms over the years.
In the 52 years of Lutheran High School and 64 years of Milwaukee Lutheran,
the 52 years of Martin Luther,
and the 21 years of Lake Country Lutheran.
For combined 189 years, over 21,000 alumni have been shaped by hearing God's Word during their 4 years in these buildings.
what is more amazing, or even fabulous, is how moments in these buildings can help change or shape a life forever.
And for 40 fabulous years, you have been supporting these students through the annual dinner auction.
Tonight, we look back at the real impact that continues to happen every day because these people were able to sit in our classrooms.
When you go to college, what you hear is normal, and what you hear is what society expects from you is completely different than what you hear when you're in high school and when you're surrounded by people who share what you believe. And a lot of what we believe sounds foreign to some people. And to be able to explain why it's not so crazy that we follow a God that loves us and we don't have to do anything to be accepted by, to be able to explain that to people is really important. I think that my time at LCL specifically set me up a really good foundation to speak the truth in a loving way. So when I do have conversations with people that hold different beliefs, it becomes a lot easier for me to tell them and help them understand that I do respect what it is that they believe, but also to be able to speak what I believe in a loving way. So I decided that I wanted to teach, and a lot of the reasons were because of the teachers that I had at LCL and the impact they had on my life. And I want to be able to have that same impact on kids one day when I get to teach. I want to be able to show them not just how they can succeed in the classroom, but how they can succeed in the future and give them the tools to do so. And I think that my teachers embody that in a really good way.
Okay, being a student at Milwaukee Lutheran, Carol Walters was instrumental in leading me into education. I loved sports, and I thought, okay, well, where can I put my abilities and my knowledge of sports into practice? And teaching, was that avenue that I could pursue. And that teaching career eventually led me to Martin Luther, and I knew that was the place that I needed to be with that Christian, environment. I could encourage my son and his wife to send their children to Lake Country, and they made that decision, and I'm just happy because they are just getting such a wonderful Christian foundation. And I see amazing things happening. Students being baptized, students not being afraid to talk about their faith and how their faith is encompassing their whole lives.
I am now a full-time crime scene response specialist. I'm the only female on the team. There's 4 of us for the state of Wisconsin for the crime laboratory system. I believe that God put me in this position, and for the younger people on the team, and there are a lot of younger people that join crime scene thinking it's really interesting. Some of them are truly traumatized by things. They'll begin crying at a crime scene, and you have to kind of pull them aside and comfort them and remind them that we're here to be helpful. And I like to think that if I stay positive and if they ask me, I always will say, this is God's way of us helping people. And at Martin Luther, I truly was allowed to grow and explore and discover things that I didn't know before. And one thing I really loved was that the teachers encouraged you, pushed you, and it drove me to not only be thoughtful and think about things, but to be my best, to do your best, that they truly cared about you. And I think them truly caring about me in turn allows me to turn now and care about others and younger people that I feel like I'm kind of mentoring in crime scene response.
So I've always grown up making cartoons and comics and things like that that had narratives, but that was really reaffirmed when I was a high school student at Milwaukee Lutheran. So I had a few design classes with Jason Jers, but the bulk of my classes were Joanne Getzinger. So she was my drawing and painting teacher, and she saw a lot of like the characters I would make and the comics I would come up with, and then she really affirmed the importance of narratives, but not just putting it out into the world for entertainment purposes, but the fact that you can take these God-given gifts and then use them to educate other people and also show other people how important narratives and storytelling really can be, so that way you can make a positive impact on other people. My experience of coming back to Milwaukee Lutheran was just kind of a mixture of excitement and nerves, and the idea of being able to come back and measure up, but also the idea that I'm very familiar with Milwaukee Lutheran. I'm familiar with what it is and what it stands for, and for that part to step back through those doors and to have that homecoming for me was just a really important part of my entire life. For me as an art teacher, of course, just the things that we've seen and the things we've been blessed to do to grow the art department and to offer more opportunities for students. But it's not just the art department, it's the other departments too as well. They're finding ways to impact students in a way where they can take these gifts and the skills they've been given and again, make an awesome living, but then also make an impact on the communities, because that's what we're here to do. We're here again to be the light and the salt of the earth, and for students to know that there are negative things that go on in their communities. There's negative things that go on in society. To be a problem solver and to be a solution for that, I think they can have the start of that at Milwaukee Lutheran. And that's such an important thing because it's something that we need in order to make things better around us.
Everyone who walked these halls has been shaped in different ways.
And no matter what year they step foot on campus, their journey has always been centered on Jesus.
That hasn't changed. From the moment we walk through these doors, the love of Jesus has been passionately shared with us too.
In our classrooms, where teachers remind us how God is present in every subject.
In athletics, where our coaches instill Christ-like work ethic, teamwork, and character.
Or through fine arts, where our performances and unique creations bring glory to His name.
As I get ready to take my place alongside our distinguished alumni, I have confidence in my future.
Because of these past 4 years, I have grown into someone who will impact my community for God's glory.
Tonight we are celebrating the past 40 years of making a difference in so many lives, mine included. It couldn't have been done without you.
But the work is far from done. As I prepare to leave this building, the next generation of students is eager to come in.
We need to be certain they too will have 4 years of high school rooted in the love of Christ.
That they have a chance to grow and develop as leaders with the opportunities here.
That they know the truth, that Jesus really does make all the difference.
You've been with us these last 40 years.
We hope you'll be right here for the next 40.
Because these life-changing experiences can't happen without you.